What if I told you that 7 powerful financial changes are about to happen in your life, Leo? Changes you can't even imagine, but that the universe has already prepared for you. Can you imagine waking up one day and realizing that your money worries have finally begun to dissipate? That doors that seemed closed are suddenly opening one after another? Well, that's exactly what's happening right now in your life. Look, I need to be honest with you. What I'm going to reveal in this video isn't for everyone. It's specifically for you who were born under the sign of Leo, for you who carry that strength, that courage, but who may have felt a little lost when it comes to money. Maybe you've worked hard, given your all, but the financial results haven't come as quickly as you expected. Or maybe you've gone through recent difficulties that have made you question whether things will ever get better. But here's the truth I need to tell you. The universe is orchestrating something grand for you right now. 7 specific financial shifts are aligning in your path, and each one has the power to completely transform your relationship with money, abundance, and prosperity. And most importantly, these changes have already begun. Some you may already be feeling, others are just a few steps away from manifesting in your reality. Now, if you leave this video before the end, you'll miss crucial information on how to recognize these changes when they arrive, and most importantly, how to make the most of each one. Because it's not enough to know that abundance is coming. You need to be prepared to receive it, so you don't miss any opportunity that the universe is putting in your path. So stay with me until the end, because each of these 7 changes I'm going to reveal could be exactly the missing piece in the puzzle of your financial prosperity. Change 1. The appreciation of your natural talent will finally be recognized. The first financial change that's about to happen in your life, Leo, has everything to do with your natural talent, that thing you do better than anyone else. You know that skill you have, but that may have been ignored or undervalued for so long. Well, get ready, because the universe is conspiring so that you are finally recognized and, more importantly, fairly compensated for what you offer the world. Look, every Leo carries within them a special brilliance, a unique ability to do things in a way that only they know how. Could be in the way you communicate, how you solve problems, how you lead, how you create, how you teach. In short, there's something in you that's pure gold. But the big issue is that often this gold has remained hidden, or has been offered in places where people simply didn't know how to value it as it deserved. And that hurts, doesn't it? You put so much effort into what you do, you put your heart into it, and it seems like nobody sees it. Or worse, people do see it, they even acknowledge it verbally, but when it comes time to pay the fair price for your work, your time, your dedication, that's a different story. You may have felt used, you may have felt like you were giving a lot and receiving very little in return. But now pay attention to what's happening behind the scenes in your life. The stars are moving powerful energies that will bring different people into your life. People who not only recognize your worth, but who are willing and prepared to invest in you, to pay what you're really worth. It could be a new job where you'll finally get the salary you deserve. It could be a client who is willing to pay well for your services. It could be a business opportunity where you can charge fair prices without feeling guilty. And you know what's most interesting? You won't need to lower yourself, you won't need to diminish yourself or accept less than you deserve. On the contrary, this change is precisely to teach you to value what you have to offer, to put a fair price on your work, your talent, your time. Because when you don't value yourself, the world doesn't value you either. But when you recognize your own brilliance, when you understand that what you do has real value, then the universe conspires to bring you the right people who will confirm this through the money they will put in your hand. So the first change is this. Your natural talent will finally be seen, recognized, and financially valued in the way it always should have been. And this will begin to happen in ways you might not even expect. A casual conversation that turns into an opportunity. An old project that suddenly gains new life. A person from the past who returns with an interesting proposal. Pay attention, because the universe works in mysterious, but always accurate ways. Change 2. Additional income sources will arise from unexpected places. The second financial change that's preparing to enter your life, Leo, has to do with diversification, with opening new avenues for money to reach you. If until now you've depended on a single source of income, get ready, because the universe is bringing opportunities for you to earn money in ways you may not have even considered before. Look, Leos are creative by nature. You have ideas, you have energy, you have the ability to do multiple things and do them all very well. But perhaps out of convenience, fear, lack of time, or believing it was impossible, you ended up limiting yourself to a single way of making money. And when that single source faces difficulties, You feel that tightness in your chest, that insecurity that keeps you awake at night. But now things are changing. The universe is literally opening doors in places you weren't even looking. It could be a hobby you have that can turn into a source of income. It could be knowledge you've accumulated throughout your life that other people would be willing to pay to learn. It could be an extra job opportunity that falls into your lap almost without you looking for it. It could even be an inheritance, money you weren't expecting, an old debt that will finally be paid off. The important thing here is for you to understand that the universe doesn't want you to depend on just one path to prosperity. That's risky, that's limiting. So these additional sources of income aren't just about earning more money. They're about having more security, more peace of mind, more options. It's about being able to breathe a sigh of relief knowing that if one door closes, you have 3 others open. And you know what's most beautiful about all this? Many of these new sources of income will be connected to things you truly enjoy doing. It won't be something burdensome. It won't be something that will exhaust you even more. On the contrary, they will be activities that will bring you pleasure, that will make you feel alive, that will give you that feeling of being on the right path. Because the universe knows you've already worked too hard doing things you didn't love. Now it's time for you to earn money doing what makes you happy. So keep your eyes open for these opportunities that will start to appear. Don't ignore that idea that crosses your mind. Don't discard that proposal just because it seems different from what you're used to. Don't be afraid to try something new. Because each of these additional sources of income is a seed that the universe is planting in the garden of your prosperity. And if you water those seeds with action, with courage, with confidence, soon you will be reaping abundant fruits. Change 3. You will learn to better manage the money you already have. The third financial change coming into your life, Leo, may seem less glamorous than the others, but I assure you it's equally powerful. It's about how you handle the money that already passes through your hands. Because it's no use earning more if you don't know how to manage it, if the money comes in and goes out without you even noticing where it went. Look, I know that Leos have generous hearts. You like to help, you like to give gifts, you like to live well, to enjoy the good things in life. And there's nothing wrong with that, quite the opposite. The problem is when this generosity and this desire to live well lead you to spend more than you should, to make financial choices that seem good in the heat of the moment, but that later bring regret. How many times have you bought something on impulse? How many times have you helped someone financially even knowing that you also needed that money? How many times have you ignored that bill that was due because it was easier to pretend it didn't exist? I'm not judging you. I'm just showing you that we all have financial patterns that aren't always the healthiest. But here's the good news. The universe is sending you a new mental clarity regarding money. You'll start to see more clearly where your money is going. You'll begin to question expenses you previously made automatically. You'll start to feel a genuine desire to organize your financial life, to make a plan, to have clear goals. And most importantly, you'll begin to understand that taking good care of your money isn't about being stingy. It isn't about being miserly. It's about being intelligent. It's about honoring what you worked hard to achieve. This change can come through a book you get your hands on, a video you watch, a conversation with someone who knows how to manage their money well, or simply through an internal awareness that will arise naturally. You will begin to realize that small changes in your financial habits can generate big results over time. You will understand the power of saving even a little bit every month. You will learn to differentiate between needs and wants. You will discover ways to save without feeling like you are depriving yourself of anything. And when you start applying this new financial wisdom to your practical life, you'll be surprised by the results. That money that used to disappear without you knowing how will now start to accumulate. Those debts that seemed impossible to pay will gradually decrease. That feeling of always being on the run, always struggling, will give way to a feeling of control, tranquility, and confidence in the future. Because you're not just earning more, you're making the money you earn work better for you. If you're watching this video and haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I want to extend a special invitation to you. If the messages you're receiving here are touching your heart, if you feel these words were written especially for you, then click the subscribe button now. Activate the notification bell, so you don't miss any new videos that might offer exactly the guidance you need at the right time. And tell me in the comments where you're watching from. Write your city, your state, your country. I love knowing that these messages are reaching people all over the world. And who knows, maybe we can form a beautiful community of Leos who are on the same path of financial and spiritual transformation. And look, if you feel this channel has added value to your life, if these messages have helped you in any way, consider becoming a supporter of the channel, a subscriber. Every bit of support, no matter how small, makes all the difference and allows me to continue bringing you this content with quality and frequency. So if your heart tells you to, you know you can count on me and I can count on you too. Change 4. A promising investment opportunity will appear on your radar. The fourth financial change that is about to manifest in your life, Leo, has to do with growth, with multiplication, with making your money work for you instead of you just working for money. I'm talking about an investment opportunity that will arise, something that may seem a little daunting at first, but which has real potential to significantly increase your wealth. Now, when I talk about investing, I'm not necessarily talking about the stock market or complicated things like that. Could be that, but it could also be something much simpler and more accessible. It could be the opportunity to invest in your own small business. It could be the chance to buy something that appreciates over time. It could be a course, training that will make you more valuable in the market. It could even be investing in the renovation or improvement of something you already own that can generate income or increase in value. The point here is that you'll be presented with a possibility to grow your money, and this will require something from you that may have been difficult in the past. Trust. Trust in the opportunity, trust in yourself, trust that you are capable of making smart choices with your money. Because Leos are often afraid to take risks when it comes to money, especially if they have experienced losses or disappointments in the past. But here's what you need to understand. This opportunity that's coming your way isn't a blind risk. It's not a shot in the dark. The universe isn't setting a trap for you. On the contrary, it's offering you a real solid chance to raise your financial level. And you'll feel it, you know? When this opportunity appears, something inside you will know it's real, that it makes sense, that it's the right time. Of course, you should be prudent. You should research, seek information, and talk to people who understand the subject. You shouldn't just put money into anything simply because someone said it's good. But you also shouldn't let fear paralyze you to the point of missing a golden opportunity due to sheer insecurity. The secret lies in balance, in listening to both reason and intuition. And there's another important detail about this change. It will teach you to have a different mindset regarding money. It will show you that money isn't just for spending, it isn't just for paying bills. Money can be a seed that, planted in the right place at the right time, can yield an abundant harvest. It will teach you that there's a difference between spending and investing, and that when you invest well, you're building a more secure and prosperous future for yourself and those you love. So when that opportunity knocks on your door, and it will, don't ignore it. Pay attention. Analyze it carefully. And if everything indicates that it's something solid and promising, have the courage to take that step. Because this could be the change that separates your financial life into two distinct phases, before and after. And the after could be much more abundant than you imagine. Change 5. You will pay off or significantly reduce your debts. The fifth financial change coming your way, Leo, is one of the most liberating of all. It involves resolving those debts that have been keeping you awake at night, weighing you down, making you feel trapped, without the freedom to dream and plan for the future. Get ready, because the universe is orchestrating situations that will allow you to pay off, or at least drastically reduce these debts. Look, I know how distressing it is to live with debt. It's that feeling of always being in debt, always late, always having a bad credit record. It's having to avoid looking at your phone for fear of seeing a collection message. It's feeling ashamed. It's feeling like you failed in some way. And for a Leo who is so proud and likes to have things under control, being in debt is particularly painful. But I need you to understand one thing. Being in debt doesn't make you a worse person, it doesn't make you a failure. Life happens, unexpected events arise, decisions are made with the information we had at that moment. The important thing is not to dwell on the past, but to look ahead and do what is within your reach to change the situation. And that's exactly what the universe is helping you do now. This change can manifest itself in various ways. You might receive unexpected money that will allow you to pay off one or more debts at once. You might be able to negotiate better terms with creditors, discounts that will make the debt fit your budget. That raise or extra income opportunity might come precisely so you can direct it towards paying off debts. It could even be that someone who owed you money finally pays you, and you can use that money to settle your own accounts. The important thing is that you'll feel enormous relief when this change starts to happen. Each debt paid off is like taking a weight off your shoulders. Each installment paid is another step towards financial freedom. And as you resolve this situation, you'll realize you can sleep better, think more clearly, and make plans for the future without that shadow of debt hanging over everything. But there's a very important lesson that comes with this change. The awareness of not returning to the same place. Because it's no use paying off your debts now if in a few months you're in debt again for the same reasons. So this change comes with maturity, a deeper understanding of how not to get into debt again. You will learn to live within your means, to make more conscious choices, to have an emergency fund, so you don't have to resort to loans when something unexpected happens. And when you are finally free from these debts, or at least have them under control, you will feel an incredible renewal in your energy. You will feel that you can breathe again, that you can dream again, that you can plan that trip, that project, that change you were postponing. Because debt is not just a financial issue. It affects your energy, your emotional state, your self-confidence. And when you free yourself from it, you also free yourself from everything that was holding you back. Change 6. An old project or idea will finally generate a financial return. The sixth financial change that is scheduled to happen in your life, Leo, has to do with something you started in the past, but perhaps abandoned, or that didn't yield the results you expected at the time. It could be a project, an idea, an old investment, something that was somewhat forgotten, and suddenly it will resurface, bringing financial returns in a way you no longer expected. You know how it is, every Leo is full of ideas, projects, and things they want to do. You start 1,000 things with all that enthusiasm, but you don't always manage to see everything through to the end. Or you do it, put in the energy and dedication, but the result doesn't come when you thought it should, and you end up giving up or forgetting about it. And then that project stays there, filed away in the drawer of your memory, while you move on with other things. But here's the magic. The universe doesn't forget. That energy you put into that project, that idea wasn't lost. It stayed there, circulating, maturing, waiting for the right moment to bear fruit. And that moment is arriving now. Someone might discover that old work of yours and want to pay for it. That project you had given up on might suddenly make sense to resume and finally succeed. That investment you made and forgot about might finally appreciate and can be recovered. That idea you had a long time ago might come back to your mind, and now you have the right conditions to execute it and profit from it. Leos need to understand that not everything in life has an immediate return. Some seeds take longer to germinate than others. Some projects need the right timing, the right people, the right circumstances to flourish. And just because something didn't work out the first time you tried it, doesn't mean it's destined to fail. Maybe that simply wasn't the right time and now it is. This change will bring you not only a financial return, but also a sense of validation, that you were on the right track, that what you did in the past was not in vain. It will give you that taste of belated victory, but victory nonetheless. And it will teach you to be more persistent, to not give up so easily on your ideas and projects, because you never know when they will resurface bringing benefits. So do this. Go back to your memory and think about projects, ideas, work you did in the past that were left behind. Isn't it time to revisit them? Isn't it time to rescue something, to update it, to reintroduce it to the world? Because the universe is saying yes, that it's time, that what was dormant is ready to awaken and bring you the fruits you deserve. And these fruits can be much sweeter and more abundant than you imagine. Change 7. You will develop a new mindset of abundance and prosperity. The seventh and final financial change happening in your life, Leo, is perhaps the most profound and transformative of all, because it's not just about external situations, but rather an internal shift in how you think about money, about deserving, about abundance. You are about to develop a completely new mindset regarding prosperity, and this will change everything. Look, for a long time you may have carried limiting beliefs about money without even realizing it. Beliefs like, money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are dishonest, I wasn't born to be rich, money brings problems, I don't deserve to earn more than I do, and so on. These beliefs were planted in your mind throughout your life through experiences, things you heard, and family patterns. And they act like a glass ceiling that prevents you from reaching a higher level of prosperity. But the universe is breaking down that ceiling now. You're going through a mental reprogramming process regarding money. You're starting to understand that there's nothing wrong with wanting to be prosperous, wanting to have a comfortable financial life, wanting to earn well. You're realizing that you can be a good, generous, spiritual person and still have money. That these things are not opposites. They are not mutually exclusive. This new mindset will make you see opportunities where before you only saw obstacles. It will make you make different decisions, more aligned with abundance than with scarcity. It will make you feel deserving of all the good things life has to offer, including financial prosperity. And most importantly, It will make you understand that abundance is not a limited resource, that the fact that you prosper does not mean that you are taking from anyone else. Do you know that feeling of guilt that many Leos have when they make money, or when they're doing well financially while others around them are struggling? That comes from a scarcity mindset, from thinking there's a fixed pie and if you take a bigger piece, there's less left for others. But the truth is, the universe is abundant by nature. There's enough for everyone. And when you prosper, when you allow yourself to receive abundance, you actually inspire others to do the same. You open doors, you show that it's possible. This change in mindset will be reflected in practical actions. You will start talking about money differently, without the negative baggage you had before. You will begin to visualize yourself prosperous, to feel as if you already have what you desire. You will start to be grateful for the money you already have instead of just complaining about what you lack. You will start giving when you can, knowing that the more you give, the more you receive, because the energy of money needs to circulate. And then something magical happens. When you change the way you think about money, money changes the way it behaves in your life. It starts to arrive more easily, more frequently, in more pleasurable ways. You stop having to work so hard to earn little and start earning more with less effort, because you are energetically aligned with abundance. You stop repelling money with negative thoughts and beliefs, and start attracting it with a vibration of prosperity. This is undoubtedly the most lasting change of all, because once you change your mindset, all other changes are sustained and multiply. You won't just receive money, you'll know how to keep it, multiply it, and use it wisely. You won't just enjoy a moment of abundance, you'll create a prosperous and sustainable lifestyle. Because true wealth begins in the mind, and when your mind is rich, your life follows the same path. Look, we've reached the end of this video. And I sincerely hope that each of these 7 financial changes has resonated with you in some way. I hope you felt that shiver, that inner click that happens when we hear something that's true for us. Because these changes aren't fantasies, they aren't empty promises. They are real movements happening in the energy of your Leo sign right now. Let's quickly recap what you've discovered. First, that your natural talent will finally be recognized and financially valued in the way it has always deserved. Second, that additional sources of income will emerge from unexpected places, diversifying your income and bringing more security. Third, that you will learn to better manage the money you already have, making it work in your favor. Fourth, that a promising investment opportunity will appear on your radar to help you grow your money. Fifth, that you will be able to pay off or significantly reduce those debts that have been keeping you up at night. Sixth, that an old project or idea will finally generate the financial return you no longer expected. And seventh, that you will develop a completely new mindset of abundance and prosperity that will transform your relationship with money forever. Now I want to leave you with an important message. These changes are happening, but you need to do your part. It's not about sitting around waiting for everything to magically fall from the sky. The universe is opening doors, but you need the courage to walk through them. It's bringing opportunities, but you need to be attentive to recognize them and courageous enough to seize them. It's changing the energies around you, but you need to change your attitudes, your beliefs, your actions. So my challenge for you today is this. Choose one of these 7 changes, the one that touched your heart the most, and do something practical about it today. If it was about valuing your talent, make a list of your talents and think about how to monetize them. If it was about additional sources of income, research a new idea you can start. If it was about managing money better, organize your finances today. If it was about investing, start studying the subject. If it was about paying off debts, call a creditor and negotiate. If it was about reviving an old project, dust it off. If it was about mindset, write 3 positive affirmations about money and repeat them every day. Take that first step. Because the universe loves those who act, loves those who take initiative, loves those who don't just dream but go out and make things happen. And when you show that you are committed to your own prosperity, that's when the doors truly open wide. That's when abundance flows in a way that's hard to explain. And before I go, I want to ask you one more time. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe now. Turn on that little bell to receive notifications every time I post a new video. Because I'm here to accompany you on this journey, to bring you messages that will guide you, inspire you, and remind you how powerful and deserving you are of all good things. And if you felt this video added value to your life, if the messages touched your heart, consider supporting the channel by becoming a member, a subscriber. Your support makes all the difference and allows me to continue producing quality content for you. But regardless of whether you support financially or not, know that you are already very valuable just for being here, for watching, for being part of this beautiful community that we are building together. Now tell me in the comments, which of these 7 changes do you feel is most urgent in your life right now? Which one do you most need to happen? Which one are you already feeling signs of starting to manifest? Share with me because I love reading your comments, I love knowing how you are doing, and often your comments inspire me for future videos. A huge kiss to your heart, my dear Leo. May these 7 financial changes manifest in your life quickly, abundantly, and surprisingly. May you have the courage to walk through the doors that are opening. May you have the wisdom to recognize opportunities when they arrive. And may you have unwavering faith that you deserve all the prosperity that the universe is preparing for you. See you in the next video with more special messages. Until then,